How to lubricate a K'NEX coaster train. Here we're going to take a look at a coaster car that needs some lubrication added to it. As you can see, the car no longer makes it throughout the course anymore. It gets pretty close to the end, but not quite enough to make it all the way in. We'll give you a second look here at Basilisk as it comes into the staging here. Just misses the chain, which you can see at about the cars there. So what do we need to lubricate? We need a paintbrush, some tweezers, a pen oiler or toothpicks, and also some paper towels. These items here will help you to be able to better lubricate and clean things so we can do this properly. The first part is to pick up your car. We're going to take our brush to it and go ahead and start cleaning out the crevices. We got to make sure that the axle doesn't have any dirt or hair or any other type of gunk or other things inside of it. All that debris will simply slow down the car, and it'll also, when we put the oil on the axle, it's going to add to the friction instead of helping to reduce the rolling resistance. So I make sure that I get each one of the 6 axles that are on each car, as well as the 6 axles that are on the front chassis as well. We also take some tweezers just in case there's any type of hair inside of there or any type of string. And just as an added benefit, you don't have to do this, but I like to take a little piece of paper towel and run it across the axles and make sure to get off the old oil as well. We'll put our car back, and then the next part, if you are having problems with any type of hair or anything that might be in there, the 4 arrows there point to the screws that you need to loosen, and you'll end up with this setup of a wheel and the axle. Make sure to be very careful, it's a small axle, to clean that off. Let's talk about what we should use to oil our trains. 2 great products are any type of oil. I prefer motor oil. For about $5 you can buy an entire quart. That should be more than enough to last you at least one lifetime, if not longer. Some misconceptions. These 2 products are not lubrication. One is a cleaning product, the other is a water displacement. These are not what you want to use on your train cars. Next up, let's go ahead and add some oil. I'm going to grab my pen oiler here, flip a car over, and add 1 drop onto each axle as we go around. I make sure to hit all 6 axles and add only 1 drop of oil to each one. If you do not have a pen oiler, a toothpick will also work great for this. I take a toothpick, I dip it in a little bit of oil, and I again add 1 drop of oil to each one of the axles there, making sure I don't miss any and that we do add only a drop. It only takes a little to go a long way in making sure the maintenance of your cars are kept up. Remember, a little bit goes a long way. Rather oil often than not enough. Make sure to only apply oil to the metal axle. Further, make sure that we have our wheels cleaned off and that we don't have any oil that is on top of the running wheels at all. If that gets on your track, it can cause a little bit of a mess, and it'll also actually allow the wheels to slide over instead of rolling, which is the entire reason why we are oiling this, is so our wheels run well. Why didn't that even make it through the loop? Didn't we just oil this? Well, yes, we did just oil this. And it takes a couple runs. That was the first one. As you see, here's the second one. We make it significantly farther throughout the layout, but we don't quite finish it. Why? Because it takes a little bit of time to make sure that everything is broken in. Remember, we want a long-term solution here. It's not an instant gratification to be able to get the trains up and running. So that's after 3 drops across the course, so a little bit of time. And now, come back about 10 minutes later or so, after I've let this run, and you can see it runs beautifully through, has more than enough speed to carry us through. So just 1 drop of lube will go a long time. For this coaster, I won't have to lubricate it for at least 30, if not 40 days. So a little bit of maintenance can make a long-term benefit.